Oh, ho, ho, ho. We almost had the mishap. Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee,
You
and
have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast.
you absolutely have. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, this evening, we got a few things to talk about. I feel like in the world that I'm living in right now, it's a very important thing to, have a conversation about. I think that myself and others can learn a lot from this conversation. So we're gonna have it. But what you need to know first things first. What you need to know is today is Wet and Wired Wednesday. Yes, it is. Today is the day that we get into the adult conversations. We have those conversations that should be had, a lot of times aren't had. And I think us, hold on. Okay, I think us as adults, we just don't really like to talk about a lot of things. And there's some things that we should talk about. Let's see, we got a comment. Hi, honey. What's up? Yeah, let's learn from this we need to talk about. You know, that, I try to skip over. And one of those things that we skip over is our dating life and children. We're gonna get to that in a minute though. First things first, the phone line is open 443-850-4828, 443-850-4828. You can ask me to drop the link and I will absolutely bring you on camera as long as you're on your best behavior. Also, you can drop a comment like Boo just did, and I will make sure that it is available on the screen for everyone to see. So make sure that is PG as well. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We are on all streaming platforms. We are everywhere. So make sure that you find your way into the nitty gritty because some things are changing around here, but we'll get to that later. Okay. So, before I get started, there's one more thing that I have to do. I have to pay the bills, baby. I gotta pay the bills. And since it's a grown and sexy night, let's do this. Just a sprinkle of fabulousness. Sign up today for Dior's newsletter and receive a complimentary gift with your purchase using the code WELCOME-YOU. Again, sign up for the newsletter, receive the complimentary gift at checkout when you use the code WELCOME-YOU. Fly shit. I mean, we all love to be fly. I'm just saying. So anyway, I wanted to read this story before I got into the nitty gritty of things, the full conversation of what we're having tonight. But there's this situation that I ran across on my way to do this podcast, and what I cannot, in my mind, it just doesn't register what people have in their thought process, especially the younger crowd. Like some of the things y'all do has me like, what? And to be specific, at the age that, let me make sure, okay. Yeah, at that age, I wasn't doing that kind of stuff, so I can't really sympathize with the situation. But let me get into this story real quick. So, a UK woman is sentenced to 3 years after going viral for pouring boiling water on her friend. She accused of sleeping with her man. What? So let me get into the story a little bit. So, a UK woman who previously went viral for pouring boiling water on her friend has now been sentenced to 3 years in prison. On February the 2nd of this year, the 18-year-old princess, I don't want to say her name wrong, but who is generally from Ghana, but is living in Royston, Hertfordshire at the time, accused her friend of creeping with her boyfriend. She then proceeded to attack her with scalding hot water and a knife. On the day of the incident, the young lady showed up to the victim's home at a Dog Kennel Hill estate in East Dulwich. I hope I said that right. And I need my people from the UK to reach out and tell me how to pronounce that. But which is in southeast London. So I'm not going to go all the way. I just wanted to speak on that little bit. What is wrong with y'all? Like, even at 18, I don't. It's just as bad. I don't know that grits or boiling hot water is any better. Like, it's the same thing aesthetically, because you think about it. If it's boiling hot, you boil grits. You boil grits with water. You feel me? You make your grits if you make real grits. Some people like instant grits. But if you're making real grits, right, you're doing it with boiling water. So they do stick. They do stick. You right. But the thing with boiling hot water is immediately your skin just starts. I don't even want to. Oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. Just the thought and the. Let's just say old girl has to get some skin grafting to fix her issue that she now has because of this idiot. I don't know what's wrong with the younger generations. I don't know. Oh no, not Nivea. She was singing Nivea don't mess with my man. What? Are you singing? What? Let's see, I'm messing with you tonight. Listen, I don't know what's going on with these younger generations, and the going viral thing is too much. It's way too much. Like, it's not that serious. It's really not. Boiling water, and from my understanding, I don't know, and she can't be your friend. Yeah, so she can't be your friend. And here's the thing too, something I learned. I had to make sure it wasn't supposed to be a prank, because some of these kids out here are idiots. But one thing that I've learned over the years, right, with people who are so-called, you know what I mean? You are crazy. Keeping it real goes wrong. When keeping it real goes wrong, yes. Yeah, I know that's good. I miss the Chappelle show. He a different dude now though, but I understand why he's a different dude now too. But at the end of the day, one thing that I've learned over the years is that certain people, although they might present themselves as your friend, they might act like they're your friend, they're really not your friends. And that goes into the conversation we're really about to have in a minute. But you have to use discernment, and I love the word discernment. So if you hear me use it a lot, forgive me. But you have to use discernment when it comes to the people that you have around you, and especially if you have children. That is a very, very real thing to me as a mom. Like, I have an 11-year-old daughter. She'll be 12 in January. And for me, even still, now that she's older, even still, I use discernment about who I bring her around. You just can't bring your kid around anybody. And so, but you can't say that was her friend, because friends don't do shit like that to their friends. Like, I would never take the time to boil some water and then throw it on my friend. That's not a friend, boo-boo. Frenemies, yes. Frenemies can be real. Yes, they can. Hallelujah. Yes, say that again. You could say that again. Yes, they can. I know I've had a few in my day. Never quite to this extent, but I've had a few in my day. And let me tell you the other thing too, and this is coming from a female. There are times where you may not like me. Okay, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I am a Libra. Naturally, by design, I'm a flirt, and I don't even know that I'm flirting sometimes. Sometimes I really don't know. I'm just being friendly, but somebody could take it as I'm flirting with someone when I'm really not. I'm just being nice. You feel me? So, with that being said, I've been in situations where, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I know what I am, and you got to keep it real. You can't be out here just lying to people and acting like you don't know who you are. I know who I am. I'm naturally a flirt. I posted something on IG and Facebook the other day where the young lady was saying, like, if you know I'm friendly to you and you think I'm not flirting, I'm just being nice. But if I'm being weird and I make you feel uncomfortable, I'm probably flirting. See, that's how natural that shit comes to me as me being what I am. But I've had situations where I've been around the girls and because I'm being nice to the people that the gentlemen callers that they brought around, I'm being nice. I'm not flirting, but they perceived it as flirting. You feel me? And you get to see a lot about people. I mean, a lot. You get to see a lot in people when things like that happen. Let's just say that I've had some. One day, maybe I'll tell that one story. Maybe I should tell it tonight. So, I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping it a buck. So I'm gonna keep it real. I had, for example, I had this one incident where I was going through something with my ex-husband, and he was gone, and I was in our apartment. Like, he left, and I was in our apartment by myself, going through the motions, crying, wasn't eating. Like, I didn't call anybody. My family didn't even know I was there by myself. Nobody knew, right? And then, like, eventually I got out of my little, I wasn't really out of it. I just didn't want to be alone. So, I don't know if it was lovesick. That's a whole nother story for another day. But I didn't want to be alone. So I called up my friend, who I thought was my friend. We talked. She like, yo, you should come over my crib. Let's kick it. We'll get some drinks, have a little girls' night. So I'm like, cool. You feel me? All right. So I go to her house. Now, mind you, I'm if keeping it real, I don't drive. I get where I need to be, but I do not drive. Right. So I get to her house and she's like, I'll take you back home, because at the time she was driving. I'll take you back home, whatever. So we go to the bar, it's a dude in there, and she say he cute. And then he proceeds to try to talk to me. That started an issue already, like straight off the break. Then, but I wasn't really, I was still married, and you know what I mean? Like, trying to deal with that shit. I don't got time for no new dudes. And one thing about me is, I'm not rushing to jump under a new dude because me and the man that I'm with are going through whatever. She staked her claim by saying he cute, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't stake my claim. I just go with the flow. You feel me? But maybe she was. But he didn't try to talk to her. He tried to talk to me. So she needed to get over it. But anyway, so we get to our crib. Now we in there, we cooking, we drinking, and then chopping it up. I noticed her and the other homie, supposed to be homie, in the kitchen, and they back there cackling and talking, whispering amongst each other, whatever. I noticed it. I never said anything because it's like, dude, I'm really going through something right now. So anyway, she invites this dude over, and inviting the dude over to the crib, which was supposed to be an all girls night, girls kicking it and having I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave that right there for 1 second. I am an unaware flirt. I don't be out here thinking about no man. Like, listen. So anyway, she invites a male call over. He comes over. She introduced everybody to him. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Nice to meet you. You know how you do when you meet new people, right? So I'm gonna put this right here so I can see. So everything's yeah, I do know what time she was on. So everything is everything. You feel me? We all drunk now at this point. we all drunk and messed up and, and they tripping or whatever. So then it's time for everybody to depart and go home. Now, remember, I told you at the top of the story, she was supposed to be taking me home. So whatever happened in that time frame, he's like, well, let me kick it with you some more or whatever. Now she's like, I got to take my friend home. So he's like, well, I'll take her home. Now, I'm not thinking that he's saying he going to take me home by himself. I'm thinking he's saying he'll take her to take me home. Remember, we're drunk. She gets mad and tells him no and good night or whatever, and that's fine. Yeah, Uber wasn't popping like that at this time, baby. I'm a 43-year-old woman, and this is something that happened many, many years ago. But I didn't think that he was going to take me home solo. I thought they were going to get in a car together and they were going to take me home together. We were all going to be in a car together. So she's like, no, get out of here. You know what I mean? Send him on his way. Then we get in the car. Now, instead of taking me all the way home, knowing that I'm drunk, and it's like 3:00 in the morning, knowing I'm drunk, she drops me off in downtown Baltimore. Now, the thing is, I didn't live that far from, where she dropped me off at. And I had, money to get to where I needed to be. You feel me? It was an easy cab, and it was a cheap cab too, because like I said, I didn't live far from where she dropped me off at. But she dropped me off downtown Baltimore, and if you're from Baltimore, then down, and it's the weekend, so it's like a Saturday. It's Friday or Saturday. So if you know Baltimore, that downtown Baltimore is lit. Even at 3:00 in the morning, people just coming out the club, they going wherever, you know what I mean? There's drunk dudes out there driving around, trying to see what they can get into, all of that good stuff. And I did have an incident that night where some drunk ass dudes in the car was trying to get me, but I wasn't having it. You feel me? So finally, I get a cab and go home. It didn't register in my mind what exactly had happened because, remember, I told you we were intoxicated. We were all drinking. But that's one of them situations where I say frenemies are real. That's why I said you could say that again, baby, because she dropped me off at 3:00 in the morning, did not take me home, none of that, because she was mad. I've been through a few times years ago, late 90s, see what I'm saying? And this incident wasn't in the 90s, it was the early 2000s. But yeah, then she did some shit to me in the 90s, but I'm just such a loving person, and I want to be, I go hard for my friends. So in my mind, I hadn't realized it in the 90s that she wasn't really my friend. I didn't get it until the early 2000s that she wasn't really my friend. Crazy story though. Crazy story. I got a gang of stuff. I could write a book. I just have to find the time to do so. But I could write a book. I got some stories to tell. But frenemies are real. They are real. So I'm going to do this really, really quickly. I'll be right back. Because, girl, got to pay the bills around here. But I'll be right back. And I want to continue this conversation because now it's some other people that you got to watch, especially when you're a parent. I'll be right back. What they're offering might just have you in the mood to get naked. Flex offers $100 off a 6-pack of wine for $39.99, including shipping. Again, the offer is $100 off of a 6-pack of wine for $39.99 with shipping included. These are not small bottles of wine. These are your normal size bottles of wine, and you're guaranteed to fill your wine cellar or have a really good time. Get it now, y'all. Get it. Yeah, frenemies are real. But the other people that you have to pay attention to in your life, and especially if you're a parent, is the people that you decide to get into a relationship with. That is a very, very serious thing to me. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm a mom. Beautiful baby girl, sweetheart. I am highly guarded when it comes to introducing my daughter to the people that I decide to date. And because I'm in that zone right now, I'm dating, living life and all that good stuff. It's a weird time for me because one, my prior situation, they were very close. She adored that man. And two, hold on. And two, I've always been that way. That is my cub. I am a lioness, and that is my cub, and I do not play about my cub. Yeah, this is a trigger warning, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. So I am a lioness, and I don't play about my cub. I will bite your fucking head off when it comes to her. I will. Fuck this. You need this right now. Hold on. You need. I would. About her, I don't play, right? So I'll start by saying this. I didn't really I dated, but not really somebody that I took serious. You feel me? That didn't really happen for me. And I dated, I had a few dudes that I kind of I say this. I was with her father for a while. Then he did what he did, and then we had to let that situation go, right? So then I dated a couple dudes here and there, and there was some shit that just it. If it rubbed me the wrong way, I'm not gonna continue. Especially when it comes to her, I cannot continue the relationship, and this is where all of this is going to lead to. Because I'm not only going to give my personal experience or just my opinions, I'm also going to be bringing in some expert advice along this journey. Y'all got to forgive me. It's allergy season and the pollen has been killing me all day. Had a headache earlier, all that good stuff. But anyway, so the first thing is, and this is a very important tip when it comes to dating and having children. Do not be afraid to put your children first. I agree with this because at the end of the day, you could be dating somebody, you could be feeling them, loving them, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, they can leave. But guess who's still there? Your child. If you're a good parent anyway, your fucking child. So don't be afraid to put your child first. It's not even a putting your child first thing, but it's more so you got to make sure they're secure and they're, feeling, comfortable with the situation as well. One red flag, move on, protect your children. Exactly. You got, and I was, you didn't even let me get to the red flag, shorty. But that was my next thing I was going to talk about. So let's get to the red flag since you beat me to the punch. The red flag. If you find yourself in a situation where your partner expects to come before your kids in all situations, you may want to rethink things. They shouldn't call all the shots, but they do need to know that you're there for them. The right partner will respect and appreciate you even more when you get the time, when they get time with you. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hold on, let's see what you said, bro. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. That is something that was major for me. So in my trying to get to finding my one, it was a few things that they were saying. I'm like, yo, no, sir. You gotta go. There's certain things that should not be said to my kid. And if I'm finally letting you meet her, yeah, and you coming off crazy, you gotta go. I'll give you an example because y'all know I like giving examples around this piece. Another example. I dated this guy prior to me having a kid, and I understand that, if you date somebody and you didn't have a kid when you first dated them, and then y'all double back and decide to try to date each other again, and now you have a kid, things are way different. Things change. Your mindset as a person changed because now you're in charge of a whole human being. You feel a whole person. You got to make sure you feed that child. You got to take care of the child, make sure they got all the things that they need. You got to provide all of these things, and it's a lot of responsibility. So in your mindset, you're not in the same place you were before you had a kid. That's first. And then, like I said, when it comes to my child, I am a lion. I will bite your fucking head off when it comes to her. And I'm gonna get to him in a second because I don't know why I doubled back, but I did, right? So we doubled back and we tripled back. We tripled back. So yes, it is a big transition. Hold on, I'm gonna read the comment in a minute for my listener audience. But now this time we doubling back. So we doubled back. We tripled. Well, not technically. Third time it didn't even get far. And I'm gonna get let me get to the story. So anyway, now at this point in time I have my daughter. And he would say little weird shit like, well, she sleep. No, just triple. She sleep. This is the double though. She sleep right now. All right, well, just you could leave her, and because I live with my family. You feel me? We are tribal people, so just leave her in there with your family. Just leave her to sleep, and then you just come out. Well, then if I leave her with my family member, then that means that I have to wake up a family member so that she can be in their presence. She'll be all right. Okay, you gotta go, and then always was trying to tell me stuff about myself and how what he need to know, like you need to know how much is in my bank account and things of that nature. That didn't help either. And trying to dress me, like that didn't help the cause. So cut him off. Cut him off. He's gone. Now I'm in this other process and I get with the one that I was intending to be with, like the person that I, wanted a relationship with. So I get with him. Come back like, oh, I'm sorry for all the things I said, whatever. But, I was in a relationship, so I'm like, dude, like, it's dead and stinking. It's dead and stinking. You gotta go, right? I'm with him. I plan to be with him. I'm not going away. So now let's fast forward to now. Well, not now, but in recent weeks. He found me on Facebook. We cooled on Facebook or whatever. And he found me on Facebook and then we added each other as friends. So, I also do marketing and I'll do a few things outside of this podcast. So he's like, yeah, I need your help with Yeah, 2023 weeks. This a couple weeks ago. So I can use your help. All right, cool. But then the conversation goes to, and how old is your daughter now? And listen, all I wanted to say was leave my daughter out of it. Do not bring my daughter in until I'm ready to bring my daughter in. And I'm generally not ready to bring my daughter in until she's ready for me to bring her in. You feel me? My daughter is a different kind of kid. You feel me? She don't be with all that. I want to be for sure. She not going to be in your face. Even if I brought you to my home, she has her own room. She's not, y'all not even going to really even acknowledge each other. You feel me? You're not going to see each other. So that's a problem for me. So anyway, I asked politely, let's leave her out of it. And he starts zapping and telling me what I was going to say and what I was going to do. I think I talked about this a few weeks back. But, it was an issue for me. And therein lies why we didn't quadruple shit. And we barely even tripled, because I'm not about to play with nobody right now in 2023, going on 2024. You can get the hell out of here. Kick rocks. And I'm not desperate, like, I don't know. That has to be desperation for somebody to allow somebody to come in. and think that they're gonna rule everything, and especially a kid that they have nothing to do with raising, or nor you're not her father. But on top of that, you don't know her. You can't come in and try to. You don't know who she is. You have to get to know her before you start making decisions and assumptions about her. You need to know who she is first. So, secondly, don't force a bond between your partner and your kids. Listen, I know, in the perfect world, you would. What's the question, baby? What's the question? In a perfect world, you want your partner, your spouse, and your child to be the best of friends. You want them to be fucking best friends. But the real reality of it is you can't force it. Let's see. If you take him seriously, would you consider all y'all a pack? Absolutely. Because if I marry him, if I was to marry him, like, he's not just marrying me, like he's not marrying her, but he's taking her on. He's taking her on as she should be taken on as, and better be, because I would never marry somebody who wouldn't, but as she's his own. Absolutely, we a package deal. It's just I'm not gonna rush the situation and rush to introduce my child to a man that I don't even know if he coming or going. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not happening. That ain't happening. Not in this lifetime. But anyway, okay. If he would hold on, so if he was serious about rekindling a relationship, then he kind of needs to know if your kid is good or bad. But see, here's the thing. These are conversations that you have as an adult. You feel me? So I think that's why he asked. He didn't ask me, was she good or bad? That's not a question he asked me. He asked me about her promoting his clothing line, so that we clear. I'm not forcing my daughter to wear your shit because you want to bring in. Nobody said anything about money. I didn't ask you about money. I never said anything about money. I said leave my kid out of it. See, what he was trying to do was use her for his business purposes. Now, we did have a conversation about children and being respectful. And one thing that anybody knows about me is I'm not raising no disrespectful ass kid. My daughter is very polite, well behaved. Like I said, she's a sweetheart. If to meet her is to fall in love with her. She's a sweetie. She don't bother nobody. She's not out that mob. She's not a bad kid. We had that conversation, but like I told him, I'm not raising no disrespectful ass kid. If I get with a gentleman and we are serious about what we supposed to be serious about, then I do introduce her to him, she's gonna be respectful in every way possible. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, and it's definitely a different story. Yeah, he tried to use my child for his purposes. See, the thing about it is red flags. Back to the red flags. You know what it looks like when somebody is being genuine, and you know what it looks like when somebody is a user. And he, my friend, is a user. But other stories for another day. I can't give all those stories right now. But if your partner is being too pushy with with the kids, or dismissive of their needs, because this ties all in, it's time for you to rethink things. You don't want to force something as delicate as introducing your children to a new partner. You absolutely do not. And here's the third one. Don't ignore your gut feeling. Don't ignore your gut. Don't ignore your gut. So here's the red flag. If your partner seems perfect for you but is impatient or jealous of your time with your kids, demands you treat them differently, and makes them uncomfortable, honor that and run. You can always find another partner, but you may not be able to undo the damage that can be done from your partner mistreating your children. A lot of people go out here and they get with these people and I love you so much. And yes, use that fucking intuition. You know what I mean? But a lot of people will go out here and get with these people and I love you so much. I love you so much. And, I want to be with you and all of this stuff and forget they got whole responsibilities out here. And then they'll put those responsibilities above that is a gift from the Most High. Children are gifts. Like you don't have to, you could not have a kid. You could not have children. I only got one, so I can't say kid, but you could not have children. God could smite you and say, you know what, you don't deserve to be a parent. Sometimes he smite people and say, I'm going to make you have this baby, but some of these people out here don't need to have children. I'm a firm believer on that. And I joke around and I say, fuck them kids, but not in that sense. They always must be nurtured and they always must be taken care of. And they must always be considered because they are part of the equation too. If you decide that this is the person that you want to settle down with, then you need to be mindful that your child is going to be a part of that equation. So it's something I got to do real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. But I need you to get y'all ready and prepared for what's about to happen. So I told y'all this free aspect of the show is about to be cut down to 30 minutes of free airtime, and then the rest you got to pay for. But this is what you will be seeing at the end of the 30 minutes from now on. Be right back. Want more of Ambitiously the podcast? Then make sure that you subscribe. We are on Patreon, View It, Red Circle, Acast, and Station Head. Let's go. You'll be hearing it too from my listening audience as well, because the same rules apply. Yeah, you're not going to be milking me. That's a scary thought. People with kids that don't prioritize them. It is, but it's a lot of those people out here that don't consider. And like I said, when it comes to like another thing, I'm not asking my boyfriend to watch my daughter. What the hell? That's not her father. You feel me? Like, I would ask, I barely would ask her father. I mean, he is not watching, but not spending time, but I would barely ask her father. So why would I ask my boyfriend to step in and watch my daughter? Not even my husband. You feel me? It's just certain things you don't do as a parent. I'm a girl mom, so I take that job very seriously. There's a lot of things that I understand from being a girl, life experiences and things of that nature. Stop putting your kids on, leaving kids with your spouse because you think everything is peachy keen. You know how many cases have been brought to light of the spouse being abusive too? And this just not men, it's women too. The spouses have been abusive to children, one out of jealousy. It's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of things you got to pay attention to. Now, the last person I introduced to my daughter, I was with him for 5 years. So, and I never left them alone. They weren't alone together. You feel me? Like, he didn't watch her. I would never ask. If anything, I would ask my peoples to watch her, and then I go out with him and do whatever. But he wasn't around her like I didn't put her on him. But if it's times where, we wanted to hang out. He had children. The kids get along very well. They got along very, very well. So we bring the kids together. We kick it. The kids kick it. You feel me? But no mistreatment ever happened in that situation. I got mad love for the dude because he never mistreated my daughter. He always made her feel like a princess, where he be telling the other kids they got to do stuff. He was like, not you. And it's like, yeah, she do. They got clean up. She got clean up too. But he never mistreated my daughter. He was very good to her. Things didn't work out between he and I. You feel me? But with that being said, when it comes to those scenarios, then that's the other thing that you have to consider. Once you and that person break up, how is that going to affect your kid? You can't just jump and bring some new person in just because you getting over it. Like, the kid got to get over it too. The child has to get over it too, because that was an aspect of their life, especially if the person was really good to them, like he was to my daughter. I understand that she's not going to be ready when I'm ready. And it takes time. And that relationship has to be nurtured with me and I first. So I could see what kind of character he has. But then, that's a whole nother relationship that they have to nurture, because she got to be cool with him. She got to be okay with him, or I can't be with him. That's how it works. I can't be with him unless she's, she's good. And when she's ready, then she's ready. I'm not pushing shit on my kid. When it's time, it'll happen if that's the person I'm supposed to be with. That's the collateral damage. Kids can get trauma from that too. They can. And a lot of people think that the trauma is like a physical trauma. No, it could just be they hurt because they thought that person was going to be there too for the long haul. You feel me? It's not a trauma where they like, oh my gosh, it's a different kind of trauma. It's a mental trauma. Like, dang, I thought this person was going to be around. They not around no more. I'm not ready to get to know a new person. Not yet. So it is what it is. To me, important people coming in and out of their life. Yeah, it's serious. I don't play that in and out shit. If you going to be around or you going to get the fuck on. I don't have time to, and like when you have children, you have a responsibility. So you don't have time to play that game. I don't have time to play, and I'm a cat, but I'm not here. I don't have time to play the cat and mouse game. Give me my catnip and my fancy feast and my scratch and pull and my litter box and my little, fancy bed, and let me live. But yeah, I don't have time to play that game, and I don't have time for you to be playing that game with my child. Feels like abandonment. Exactly. Who's you not get ready to play with my kid like that? I'm just saying, give me my fancy feast and my nip and my scratch and post. I'm a feline. Let me live. But nah, so I think that we should, as parents, take that very serious. Like that's a serious thing. And I know we all want love. We all want to fall in love. I'm a hopeless romantic. So I still, no matter what my situations I go through, I still go in hopeful and, thinking that there's a possibility that there is someone out there just right for me. Not perfect, because there's no perfect. I keep saying this. I say it all the time. There is no such thing as a perfect person. And if you're looking for a perfect person, guess what? You're going to die before you find it. But the person that's right for me. And then if the person that's right for me, and that's the person that I decide that I feel like that's right for me, then they have to grow a nurturing relationship. But right now I'm dating, so I don't feel like that's, like a thing. But it ran across my mind today. I thought long and hard about the conversation that I wanted to have with y'all. And what you need in your life. I'm to be honest, I'm trying to figure that out. I know that the experiences that I've had thus far as dating and marriage and all of that stuff, every single solitary situation that I've been through over my lifespan and these 43 years of living, all of them have been lessons, though. A lot of them taught me what I didn't want in a man. A lot of them taught me the things that I do want. Some care, not completely, because we're not in that space anymore, but they did teach me a lot. Man, like that 5-year relationship, although it ended the way it ended, I will say I learned a lot in that relationship. I learned how I should be treated, like how my man is supposed to treat me. And although things happen and we're not together no more, I won't say that the time that I spent with him was horrible, because it wasn't. I got blindsided. I was good. I was happy. I was in a happy space. That's who I wanted to be with. But you feel me? Things happen. People move apart. They go their separate ways. But I learned a lot about what it is that I do, characteristics that I do look for in a man. And at this point now, I look for those characteristics. I need these things because these things made me happy. Well, they didn't make me happy, but they added to my happiness, because nobody can make me happy, but they added to my happiness. So these are the type of things that I like, and I know what I like now. You feel me? Do you feel it's still complicated for you a little bit? Um, to be honest, because I keep it 100, it was a little rough the first couple of months. It was a little rough those first couple of months, but it's because I was in love with a person. You feel me? And then, like I said, it was the detachment myself, and then my daughter has to detach. So it was kind of rough the first couple of months. And, I probably said things and did things that I didn't want to say or do. But, it takes a minute to detach yourself from somebody. And, you go through those phases where you like, yeah, I'm going to try to stick it out, but it ain't clicking, so you gotta let it go. So that's that. But as far as now in the dating situation, it's not hard because I'm honest. Like I said, I'm an honest person, and if I start talking to a gentleman, we become friends. I'm very honest at the beginning. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how I got to go down for me to be comfortable to be in this situation. In order for me to be comfortable, you don't have nothing to do with my daughter until I'm ready for you to have something to do with my daughter, amongst other things. Are you allowed to know what happened? I don't want to dive too deep in that story. Let's just say he decided he wanted to go in a different direction. I didn't know, but he decided he wanted to do other things. So as far as that's going to go. I don't think that's a conversation I'm ready to be, divulging. But it was not like I said, it was not a bad relationship in my opinion. And I'm one of those type of people that, I like my space. And I like for you to have your space. I try not to be, I'm clingy in a sense, but at the same time, I like my space too. Like I like my time alone too. It gives me time to think. So no, he was not DL. What? Was he DL? That's the direction. No, he was not DL. He wasn't on the low. Not that kind of low anyway, but wasn't no dude play. He just found something else. You feel me? And that's cool. And you just let that be what it's going to be. But he wasn't on no DL. He's a man's man. So that's what happened. But, I'm a firm believer in my life moves on, and you can't dwell or stay stuck in whatever the situation is. You kind of got to deal with it. And then once you deal with it, then you can heal and move forward. No, he didn't like white women either. But if he did, it wouldn't matter what color she is. If it's another woman, it's another woman. And that's an issue for me in the South. I don't care what color she is. You like what you like. You like white women, you like white women. I'm going to say I have a very diverse family. There are some white women in my family. My godmother's a white woman, so I wouldn't even take that personal that she was a white woman. It's just, if it's a woman, period, then it's a woman. You feel me? Like you seeing another woman, and that's that. I don't care. We just went in separate directions. But I wouldn't care if it was a white woman, black woman, Indian woman, Native American woman, Asian woman. It's another woman. It's another woman. So it is what it is. I deal with things in black and white. I don't really care too much for the gray areas. So yeah, but. I'm making it. I'm surviving. I'm still here, still doing my thing. Stop playing detective. But I'm still living, you know what I mean? I'm still living life, still over here building, still trying to make some things happen. Life goes on. You don't dwell. You don't dwindle. You just keep moving, and what's for you is for you. You feel me? That's not to say that might, who knows what, I don't know. But right now I'm just chilling and enjoying life, having a good damn time while doing it. I went to see my brother yesterday in his new place. It was fun. Me and my daughter had a ball, except for when I fell. I missed a step and I fell. And I hurt my ankle, but it's all good. I'm still here. I'm still, you see what I'm saying? You got to bounce back. You can't never stay stagnant. You gotta bounce back. Yeah, I did that. It hurt. It still hurts. But it hurt. It was hurting worse yesterday. But it's all good. A little bio freeze. You know what I mean? Take that little. I'm all right. You feel me? Elevate my leg a little bit. I did get to put some ice on it today, so it feels a little bit better. So I gotta get to my love because it is what it is. They not show notes. It's love. I keep telling you this. It's love on these pages. I want to give a big shout out to anybody who's watched on Facebook, IG, or Twitch. I appreciate you so much. I gotta put because this. I gotta put my boo on here because I always have a good time when you come through. This is love. Yeah, it's old love on here, and then there's new love on the computer, but it's love. So anyway, thank you to whomever watched from wherever. Thank you so much. And to my listening audience, I gotta show y'all love because you don't see the podcast at the same time that they're saying that you listening to it after I've done it. So it is all good. But if you want to catch the show live, you should probably, join Patreon. It's an hour and 15-minute show now. But otherwise, y'all free people get 30 minutes. But my top 6, because, it's all love. France, United States, because they do the most. France, Germany, India, the UK, and Belgium, specifically Brussels. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. I appreciate you so much. But I love all of y'all the same. Yeah, shout out to the watchers. I ain't got no beef with you watching. Come through and check the show. But I love you all the same. It's equal love here. It's just they download the most. All right. But Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, oh my gosh. South Africa, Spain, Philippines, Australia, Japan, Mexico, Ireland, Nepal, Mauritius, Israel, Canada, Hong Kong. I'm not done. Russia, I can't believe we had this conversation. They can listen. China, big love to you too. Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, Pakistan, Romania, Kenya, Turkey, Australia, Switzerland, New Zealand, and I'm missing a few, so I gotta make sure I get all of these people in the conversation because I can't miss a soul, can't miss a beat. And if the 30-minute show, you probably won't be catching who I'm showing love to anymore either because I do that at the end of the show. But it's all good. You know what you got to do. Go to Patreon. Get a membership. It's cheap. $5 a month. It ain't going to kill you. You know what I mean? And you get a lot more for your buck, baby. Hold on. I'm trying to fix this because the download's been crazy lately, y'all. I'm happy about it, though. It's another reason why I got to transition. So it's been going crazy over here. Indonesia. I think I said New Zealand already. Said them all. Just want to make sure I don't miss a beat. Indonesia. Yeah, I got everybody on this list. Except Romania and Pakistan. Yeah, I've said all of them. Okay, and last but not least, let me make sure because I don't want to miss anybody. But last but not least. Wait, I'm going to put that on the screen in a second. I'm not messing with you tonight. I'm not. And I'm going to read it so they know that you showing them mad love, my comrades. You are crazy. Hold on. Yeah, and last but not least, Nigeria. I'm not missing anybody. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. So let's get to these comments. Yes, your comrades are listening on VPN like China, just like China. Yeah, my peoples. Wait. Oh, New Zealand. Listen, New Zealand is up right now. Yeah, I guess I do have comrades in both Russia and China, and it's big love to them. I don't got no beef with that. Like, I really don't. It's all love. I appreciate anybody that comes and listens to this podcast. So big shout out to my comrades. overseas. Things I gotta say, so I can get it out the way real quick. If you would like to come on the show, hit us up, ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Ambitiously the podcast is just one full word, but you know that it's an email. You can contact us about maybe some advertisement, you want to be a guest, you have some new music that you would like to be played on the show. Just want to have a conversation. I'm going back to doing panels as well, so I'll let y'all know about that when it comes up. If you want to join the conversation, you can do like Boo did, and drop a comment, or you can call in or text 443-850-4828, 443-850-4828, or you can ask me to drop the link. I will, as long as you're on your best behavior. You come up here with the nonsense, I promise you, I'm going to read you for filth, because that's what I do to people that do that. Period. When I do play music, which is usually on Fire Fridays, you should come through on Fire Fridays, some great music over there. Know that I have permission to play any videos that I play on a Fire Friday. It's just, I have permission. Written, visual, I have permission. If you like to find us on social media, excuse me, on IG, it's Miss_ambitiously. Always an @ we know this by now. On Facebook at Ambitiously, on YouTube, Ambitiously the podcast, and you can type in the Black Experience and it'll pop up. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Any like, any share, and any subscription is greatly appreciated, and I love you for it. So thank you in advance, and thank you if you've already done so. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. I'm going to be working on that tomorrow, actually. If you'd like to donate to the show, you can do it via Cash App, or depending on how you're watching, it's probably in the description. Not on Facebook, and definitely not on Twitch, because you can do descriptions over there. But if you'd like to donate to the show, to what we got going on, $ capital LURLUCIDITY, Lord Lucidity. Again, that's $ capital LURLUCIDITY, Lord Lucidity. It means to lure them in clearly. Lure, bring them in clearly. Lucidity, or lucid. Yeah. And this podcast is streaming on all streaming sites. I don't care where you go. Apple, Google, Amazon, Samsung. I don't care. We're there. iHeart. We everywhere. Again, some of this information is in the description, depending on how you're watching. But if you want to actually go ahead and get the membership, which I recommend, because that's where all the good stuff going to be now. Hit our Patreon. It's patreon.com/ambitiouslyent. And then we have another channel on a spot called View It. You can do the same over there. Well, there's no membership, you just donate and stuff like that. But at Ambitiously ENT over there as well. Yes, let me see what you had to say, bro. I just had to get all that out off my back. What time on Friday? The same time I do it every night, baby. 9:30 p.m. on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. That's the only actual show that I cannot chop down to 30 minutes. I have to do a whole hour of that show. It's a lot of great videos that I play, a lot of great songs that I play, because some, not all of them are videos, but there's some great visuals in there. A few cameos. You'll see if you pay attention to the show. You got to watch the show to know, though, because if you know, you know. But a lot of dope unsigned artists, underground artists, yeah. So that's what we doing. North Carolina, big shout out to you. DC, big shout out to you. Boston, Beantown, big shout out to you. NYC, big shout out to you. Of course, Baltimore all day. Big love to you. We gotta get it together though, y'all. But big love to my city. It's a lot of dope artists on there. So come through. Let me say, I request don't mess with my man. I can't play her video. It's copyright issues. And I'm not playing. I'm not playing Nivea. I know. Listen, we gotta leave Shorty where she is. She out here throwing boiling water on people, and it definitely was She said, don't mess with my man. I'm going to be the one to bring it to you. And she brought it in the form of boiling hot water. But there are some things I have to say before I get up out of here. You playing with me today and I can't do it. Oh my gosh, you are crazy. I love when you come through though. I appreciate you very, very much. Very much. You have no clue. It's fun. It's always a hoot. Some things I gotta say before I get up out of here though. First things first, mind your business, except for on Media Mondays. Come here on Media Mondays at 9:30, same time. And I will tell you people's business because that's what I do on Mondays. I drop the gab, baby. I drop the gab beat. So make sure you hear on Mondays. But otherwise, mind your business until Mondays. It's that simple because it's dangerous out here and being nosy can get you in trouble, honey. But it's a difference between minding your business and being in somebody else's lane. And I'll get to that in a minute. Take care of your babies. Love your babies. Hug your babies. Nurture your babies. They need that in their lives. I don't care what you say. And remember what I said. Don't ever put nobody above your children. Everybody got to have an understanding of what the hell is going on around here. But if they want to work for NASCAR, then tell them to be the best pit boss, NASCAR driver, commentator, and whatever the hell else they do over there in NASCAR. And if they want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, secretary, receptionist, janitor, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. But the point is, make sure you encourage those babies. Make sure you tell them they the GOAT. They need to know that. And then stay in your lane. Everybody's lane is not your lane. You jump in my lane, you already know. It's not rocket science. And usually you want her though. She cute and cuddly and all that good stuff. Or at least her baby. Because you already know what I say. If you knew, then you know what you need to know is if I'm purring, I'm a happy girl. But stay in your lane. Plus, usually, because everybody's lane is not your lane, but and what usually happens is you jump in other people's lanes, you get into a collision. Who needs that? Who the hell needs that? Nobody. So just stay in your lane. And just stay where you belong. Don't be. And then the difference between being nosy and staying in your lane, you could be nosy from afar, but when you are in somebody's lane, you are inserting yourself in some stuff that you don't have no business inserting yourself into. So stay in your goddamn lane. Anyway, and last but not least, I told you I was adding this to the show from now on. Pick your battles wisely. Every battle is not your battle to fight. Worry about the war. Don't worry about the battle so much. What you had to say, boo? If you want to be the best ambitious streamer, tell them be like Catley. I don't know if I'm the best, but I'm just saying they want to be a streamer. They want to be a podcaster. They want to do that. And tell them, encourage them to be the best damn podcaster they could be. That's all I'm saying. Encourage them babies. But anyway, I gotta get out of here because I gotta get my kid ready for school tomorrow. Plus we got the spring fling, which is an event at her school. I don't really want to go to, but you know, baby gets what baby needs, so you know it is what it is. Gotta be around all them crazy ass kids. You got me watching. I enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I enjoy you being here. It's fun and it's funny. So yeah, please come back anytime. Might need to come on the show so we can really, kick the shits. But it is what it is. But I gotta get out of here. Gotta get ready for spring fling that I don't want to go to, but I'm going anyway because my baby wants to go. And with that being said, I love you guys. Be safe out here. Have an awesome night, and I got to get out of here. Bye, y'all.